We remain in a period of particularly active and stormy weather over most of Europe. The main culprit is that sprawling area of low pressure still centered around Germany, Poland, and Denmark. Even though that system is on a weakening trend, it's going to continue to produce widespread rain and storm activity in the next few days as several new disturbances join in from the Atlantic. One of them already arrived yesterday, ending the period of warmer and drier weather in the UK and Ireland. By the afternoon and evening hours, the Irish Weather Service upgraded to orange warnings as strong thunderstorms developed over County Mayo and some of the surrounding area. The other system I was tracking was an upper-level disturbance which gradually made its way from Portugal and Spain to Italy between Friday and Sunday. That system has since fizzled out, and now with high pressure building in from the south in its wake, we can expect much drier and hotter conditions in southern Europe for the days ahead. Also, some recent news today: a strong magnitude 5.2 earthquake occurred close to Almeria, Spain at 7:13 a.m. local time. There have been some reports of damage at the Almeria airport and also at a Toyota showroom. There have also been reports of objects falling from shelves and broken windows. Thankfully, there has not been widespread structural damage or injuries, but this earthquake was undoubtedly a rude awakening for many. Now for the current conditions, there's that new area of low pressure close to Ireland continuing to spread rain and storm activity over the area, and then over mainland Europe we can find patches of rain and storms scattered around. As we go through the afternoon hours, diurnal heating is going to destabilize the atmosphere, and therefore we're going to see storms and convective showers grow in coverage in areas like Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and Italy, and also from Denmark, southern Sweden back into Poland, Slovakia, Ukraine, Belarus, and Lithuania. And of course, once again in that same corridor extending from western Russia into the Nordic countries. Much like the past few days, be aware of the potential for strong to severe storms with large hail and damaging winds, but even more so for the risk of excessive precipitation, since those showers and storms will have a tendency to cluster together and move slowly in many places. For those of you in Ireland or the UK, that sluggish area of low pressure will keep swinging bands of rain, occasional downpours, and even thunderstorms across the area throughout the day today and into the night. Much of the rain eventually spreads into Wales and England tomorrow as the center of low pressure makes its way towards mainland Europe. This is going to augment the rain and storm activity in a corridor from southern Norway and Sweden into Denmark, Germany, and Czechia. At the same time, the Balkans and Turkey will see an uptick in instability, while the other corridor of storms and rain extending from Russia into the Nordic countries begins to sink southward. By the middle of the week, more rain moves in from the Atlantic while that low heads into Germany, and since the other system, which was dominant for the past few days, has been on a weakening trend, this now becomes the dominant source of instability as that band of rain and storms extending from southern Norway into Russia continues to decay and drift southward. It becomes even more pronounced on Thursday as those decaying remnants basically get absorbed into this area of low pressure heading south and east, and yet a very large area of Europe is still affected by persistent rain and storms, not to mention new waves of rain coming into the picture as we go into Friday. According to this model, we could see thunderstorms developing across parts of the UK and France as a result. Here's the expected precipitation between today and Friday. Little to no rainfall is in the forecast across the Iberian Peninsula, much of Italy except for the far north and central areas, Albania, North Macedonia, Greece, and the northern half of the Nordic countries. But for almost everywhere else, rain is expected, with the potential for flash flooding, especially where you see darker green and yellow. This is still something to be very mindful of in areas that have seen a lot of rain in recent days. Last but not least, well above average temperatures will continue in the northern half of Norway, Sweden, and Finland, also in Iceland, Iberia, Italy, the Balkan Peninsula, and Turkey for much of this week. At the same time, temperatures will be a lot more changeable across Ireland and the UK, France, the Benelux, southern Scandinavia, and most of Central and Eastern Europe, with the persistent cloud cover, rain, and storms passing through. Anyways, that's going to be all for today's report. Be sure to stay tuned for the next one, but before this video comes to a close, please enjoy today's featured media.